Every time I connect to my microphone, it's never mind. I think I'm good now.
Yeah, it got a little screwy. Four,
Okay.
3, 2, 1. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a legendary day. We got Brian with us from First Take Niners. We're gonna chop up a little OTAs, chop up the Deebo situation. Obviously, a little bit to talk about with the announcement of the retirement of Alex Mack, and of course the retirement of Frank Gore. We all knew it was going to come, but it's official. Frankie G retired and red and gold, like he really honestly should have always been his whole career. That's why we're wearing the 21 Goat short shirt. Of course, available for 20% off soon at ninerfaithfulradio.com/shop. Before we get started today, of course, we got to remind everybody to listen to the end of the show to get a special coupon code to save 10% off of For the Faithful by the Faithful Season 2 apparel. Help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link and save 10%. All you got to do is click on the link in the description of this video or podcast. Go to SeatGiant.com. Use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all theater, concert, and sporting event tickets. And of course, go to ninerfaithfulradio.com/subscribe to see everywhere you can subscribe to the show, and follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr, and at Niner Faithful R on Twitter. Ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, let's get the show cracking.
You are now listening to Niner Faithful Radio, the show for the faithful, by the faithful.
All right, so we're back. What's cracking, Brian? How's everything going?
Everything's been great. Hearing a lot of things from OTAs from the 49ers. I'm very excited to talk about this.
Yeah, it's really actually been a lot of positivity. I didn't get a chance. I was watching Haberman and Middlecoff, so I didn't get a chance to go through Grant Cohn's good, not so good from training camp or from OTAs. And this is what I like to talk about it from that perspective. I'm also following Lombardi. So that's why I like Grant Cohn. You can get a little bit of the negativity and without us being able to go to OTAs. Look, I promise you, the day I get credentials and go to Niner OTAs, bro, I'll be at every press conference, every OTA practice, everything. So, and I won't need to subscribe to podcasts because I'll essentially see it myself. I mean, I still will, but anyway. So, before we get into the OTA talk, Alex Mack has officially announced his retirement. I mean, Jason and I have pretty much been saying this all off season that we've been saying it all off season that we pretty much thought that this was the way it was going to go. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated in the sense that I was actually telling my roommate this when he came in to actually let us use hook us up with something real quick. And he said, "Oh, Max retiring," and I said, this. I said, I just watched this team be 3 points away from going to the Super Bowl, right? And let's be real, going into that NFC Championship game, I was pretty damn confident the Niners were going to the Super Bowl. I was pretty confident. The real only thing that made me nervous is that the only thing that made me nervous was the fact that how many times can you beat a team in a row? But it wasn't any schematic thing or anything like that that made me think that we were just, about to go to the Super Bowl. But the moves that we've made this year seem to say that we're prepared to not compete for a championship. Like, I still think that we're going to be a playoff team. And fine, you never know. Get in the playoffs, you never know what can happen. Because I'm pretty sure that there's not a lot of people that would have believed that when the playoffs started, that the Niners would pretty much believe that a lot of people walked out of that game thinking we should be playing in the Super Bowl. And so I'm frustrated because, so you mean to tell me you're playing that offensive line? Because apparently they've known this. So this isn't, something that came out of nowhere, which is fine. I'm glad that they knew, but it makes me more frustrated because, so your plan this whole time has been to go with Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, which, yeah, okay, you can tell me how much he reshaped his body or whatever. I still feel that we still got to see it. God knows what at center. Possibly, or well, they're saying Jake Brendel and Daniel Brunskill are the leading candidates. Brunskill or Jalen Moore, whatever, at right guard, and Mike McGlinchey, by the way, coming off a torn tricep. Or I'm sorry, a torn quad.
Yeah.
What's your feelings on the Alex Mack retirement, Brian?
Just as far as how length it was, it's, now week 3, week 4 of practice, and hearing this late, he had that situation where he got married, he had his honeymoon. He's just enjoying life right now, and his least worries is to return. And even though, yeah, we did make it all the way to the NFC Championship, at the end of the day, he still has a family to go to,
Yeah,
and I understand that. And then the void that obviously Lakin Tomlinson left.
Huge.
Yeah, never missed a game. Only
Never.
one. And
One.
Last year Aaron Banks did have a redshirt season. Am I fully confident on him? He was a second round draft pick, but I just need to see more from him. I've been hearing praise from Trent Williams, and I need to see it. I've seen some clips. I'm starting to think of my mind, this could work out, and I really does hope work out. And the void, Jalen Moore, we'll have to see with him too. He did play some games last year, and I think he looked really good.
I'm hopeful for Jalen Moore. My stock's up on Jalen Moore. I'm thinking the Niners might have got something in Jalen Moore.
Yeah, exactly. And that was his first year. I think he could do greater things this year.
Yeah, they always say. I believe it's year 1 to 2. I believe they always say it's year 1 to 2 that players make the biggest jump. So yeah, look, it's not like I'm just frustrated because, to me, look, I understand that there's you can't have a perfect roster.
Mhm.
I think you just can't have a perfect roster. So there's got to be some weakness. To me, it's, and I'm not saying that they should have gone out and signed, the top center free agent or anything like that. And the only reason that I'm still bullish on the Niners overall is because I think we're going to run the fuck out of the football. And I'm confident that the one thing this team's going to do, which although we didn't do the best at it last year, is run the football. And so it's not like I think, but I can't remember what I said last week, but I'm pretty sure I said last week, and if not, I'm changing it right now. I'll ask you the same question after this, but I asked Jason, I said, what to you, if this team doesn't get as far as it did last year, which is the NFC Championship game, what would be to you the number one reason? I forget. Y'all have to forgive me, but I forget what Jason said. But I said the offensive line, and if I didn't, then I'm changing it to now. I think it'll be the offensive line. That's a little hopeful. That's excluding Trey Lance. I think that's the one thing that nobody's talking about that could be. We're just always kind of just assuming that Trey's going to step in and be ready to take this team to the playoffs, NFC Championship, et cetera, et cetera. You know, um, but I think it'll be the offensive line. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't think it'll be serviceable, but it is a bit concerning to me. What, like you said, without seeing it. Now, if I see it with my eyes and I'm like, all right, fine, we look fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, having Aaron Banks on the left side does make me feel confident. And I think ultimately that's probably one of the big reasons why the Niners just weren't going to get in that bidding war for Lincoln Tomlinson.
Mm-hmm.
Is they said, like, to me, I'm like, you have the best left side in the NFL. You keep it. But I think that they said, hey, look, we can take the dip from that we're going to take from Aaron Banks, from going to Lincoln Tomlinson to Aaron Banks. We can take that dip because we got him next to a Trent Williams. And so I that's the only thing that makes me bullish. But now you're starting in a new center, which I'm not worried about the quarterback. If it is indeed Brendel, I'm not worried about the quarterback center exchange because Jake Brendel was who Trey Lance worked with last year. So that's not a concern. I'm worried about, okay, well, can he do the job? What type of level can he do the job at? And then you got right guard, which fine, theoretically, Daniel Brunskill was the Niners' worst offensive lineman last year, but he's fine in the sense that, let's be real, he dominates Aaron Donald, and I'm okay with Daniel Brunskill starting. If you mean to tell me he's Aaron Donald's daddy two games a year,
Yeah.
honestly, like I'm okay with that. If you're gonna tell me that Daniel Brunskill is gonna be Aaron Donald's daddy 2 to 3 games a year, especially the third one being a playoff game, obviously. Yeah, I'm perfectly okay with that. And so, and then Mike McGlinchey, who I'm not worried about, like I said, this team who's going to run the fuck out of the football. I'm not worried about Mike McGlinchey, like play wise, because he's an elite run blocking tackle, and that's what we're going to do this year. And he is what he is as a pass blocker. It's health and how much. Like I said, I'm not worried about run blocking, but did that take away some pass blocking ability? Because it's just, to me, there's a way, there's a difference between saying I'm healthy enough to go out there and I'm 100%. Yeah, like, will Mike McGlinchey be 100% to start training camp? No. I don't give a fuck what the Niners tell me. Mike McGlinchey is, you can't tear your quad off your bone and just be fine less than a year later. Like, I don't believe, like, with one of the things that why I'm bullish about Nick Bosa is that they talked about how it's actually year 2 after recovering from tearing an ACL that you actually get back to normal. And if what Nick Bosa did, which is basically one of the best seasons a defensive end has had in team history, is not the best that we ever see Nick Bosa, that's fucking scary, bro. Like, that literally might be like, we always talk about how quarterbacks can take a team kicking and screaming to the playoffs or anything, or to a championship or whatever. Maybe we see a defensive player just take a team to the championship. Like, maybe Nick Bosa is just that damn good this year that it's just he's He's just that dude. I don't know how else to say it, but
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna need to go here in a second, but
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, do your thing.
I'm gonna answer your question. The thing that will hold the 49ers back in the situation that we don't go to the NFC Championship or
At
win,
least.
yeah, at least. Um, you know, I think 49ers have good way of, replacing valuable offensive linemen. I think Shanahan did that well in 2020. But that's my guy who I think who can hold the 49ers back. I don't want to run the same offense we ran last year with Trey Lance. He
Yep.
needs a new offense. He's a different guy. I don't want to see him run the ball uh, as much as he did in Arizona. He's going to just sprain his knee again. And I don't want to see that. So I'm going to need to see something else. But ultimately, we will see.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. Is that there's just a lot of the things. I won't say Kyle Shanahan because ultimately, in Lynchahan we trust. What I will say, and what I haven't heard anybody talk about, is how much turnover has happened in this coaching staff.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that's not getting talked about, which fine, this could be the best coaching staff and could be lead the Niners to 3 championships and all that. But I just don't think that there's a minute and 19 seconds and you're at, your own 25-yard line and you got to go score a touchdown in to win the Super Bowl or or get to the NFC Championship games or make the playoffs. Same situation week 18 last year. We had to go down and we had to score a touchdown to get it to overtime to have a chance to even make the playoffs last year. That's what happened. That cohesion between coaching staff is huge then. Communication, the fact that you can recall things that you've done years ago and all these they matter.
Yeah.
Knowing what somebody's going to do in a situation and already having the play and things like that. And so that's something that low key nobody's talking about that might be a factor this year cuz look, I have just like a few seconds ago I said that Kyle Shanahan, I think that we'll be all right because of Shanahan. That's not to say he doesn't have his flaws. I think generally 2-minute situation, time management is a flaw of Kyle Shanahan's. I think not calling a timeout that in the first half of the Super Bowl is one of the low key factors. Obviously, there were other more determining factors than that, but I think that was one of the things that started the chain of events.
Yeah.
I think it was a mistake not calling a timeout right there. There's just multiple. I can't recall many off the top of my head. I believe there was one or two in Baltimore in 2019. So I can't recall many off all of them off the top of my head. But yeah, and so though I really respect your point. Real quick, we talked about this, and I know you got to go here in a few minutes. Just real quick, I'll let you answer.
All right.
Thoughts on Frank Gore?
Hell of a player. I'm so happy he retired as a 49er as opposed to a different team. I know his heart belongs in the Bay. Um, he changed a lot of fans. Like just just watch him is amazing. I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer. I think maybe first or second ballot, and I'm thankful for his time in the Bay.
All right, awesome, bro. We'll go ahead and let you get running out of here and everything.
All
Hopefully Jason should be on here soon. We'll try to stall, let him give some thoughts. But all right, brother, we appreciate you hopping on.
right, no pause.
All right. So we appreciate Brian coming on. You know what? Let's do something we have actually done in a while. Let's take a Twitch commercial. Okay. Okay, so we're still live on YouTube and Twitch. Okay, we got that. All right, I'm just messaging Jason. Till 5 if no worry. Okay, so got two messages. Where are they from? Oh yeah, okay. So I know that I'm gonna go ahead and read the articles when we get back from our Twitch commercial and everything like that. We got two viewers. Why don't you go ahead and leave me some comments about Frank Gore, your thoughts on Frank Gore. We got one on Twitch, one on YouTube. Oh, that one on YouTube's me. Anyway, so we got one watching on Twitch. Give me some comments on Frank Gore. Okay. Okay, we got that. Let's go here. Pin this post. Okay, we're good. That's taken care of. All right. So are we back from our Twitch break? We got a minute left. So I think that I'm gonna hopefully get this autograph Saturday. That's gonna be really dope. To get to meet Frank Gore Saturday. That's gonna be awesome. I have to call Shoe Palace and okay. We haven't got to Deebo too. We'll get to Deebo and all that. I'm also trying to stall for time because Jason, we're trying to give Jason an opportunity to get back up on here. All right, we got 15 seconds. Okay, 15 seconds left now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So recycle the page. We don't have any news. Okay. Alex Mack announced his retirement. We already talked about that. We signed our entire draft class to 4-year deals. Nobody will be eligible for a 5th-year option from this draft class. Okay. Let me see. That one is okay. I'm trying to find this article, this part of this article. I'm really gonna try not to get emotional during this because I'm telling you. Okay, so the San Francisco 49ers announced on Thursday that running back Frank Gore, 5-time Pro Bowler, Pro Bowl selection 27 or 07, 2010, 2012, 13, and 14, and a member of okay, so we're not gonna get Jason out here. Okay, so okay. All Pro Hall of Fame. Okay, for 2017. Oh God. Okay, let me restart that. 5-time Pro Bowler selection, 07, 2010, 2012, 13, and 14. A member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame's all-decade team of the 2010s. He has signed a one-day contract with the team and will retire from the National Football League. In addition, Gore will be the newest inductee into the Edward J. DeBartolo Sr. San Francisco 49ers Hall of Fame, becoming the 31st member of the prestigious Hall of Fame for one of the most storied franchise in all of sports. We are thrilled to induct Frank Gore into the Edward J. DeBartolo Sr. Hall of Fame, San Francisco 49ers Hall of Fame, his rightful place among our all-time greats, said 49ers CEO Jed York. Frank has overcome many challenges upon entering the NFL and now leaves the game not only as one of the best backs in NFL history, but one of the best football players ever. Frank's 16-year career is a testament to his durability, having played in more games than any other running back in league history. His grit, toughness, and commitment to greatness has earned him the respect of his coaches, teammates, and opponents. We knew his day would come when Frank will retire a 49er, and we look forward to the faithful celebrating his induction to the 49ers Hall of Fame in Levi Stadium this coming season. Okay, that was a mouthful. Y'all got to excuse me. I got to take a sip of water. Okay, secondly, matter of fact, let me go ahead and share my screen. I wrote down the hotkeys. So sharing the screen is Shift S. Okay. Here we go. Share. Okay. One of the first things I told the 49ers organization when they drafted me in 2007 or 2005 was that they got the right guy, said Gore. I knew early on that I wouldn't let my college career define me in regards to injuries, and that I would outwork a lot of people to get where I wanted to be. After 10 years in San Francisco and 16 in the NFL, I can confidently say that I put all I had to the game of football. Football was everything to me, from the meetings to the film study to the practice to just being in the locker room. All of it meant the world to me. I am happy to officially close this chapter of my life and proud of what I was able to accomplish and the legacy I leave behind. I want to thank my entire family who was with me the entire way. I would also like to thank Denise and Dr. York, Jed York, and each coach I was fortunate enough to play for. To my teammates, the one I sweat and strained with every game, thank you for continuing to push me to want more and not to settle for the status quo. Being inducted into the 49ers Hall of Fame, one of the most historic franchises in all of sports, is something that's hard to put into words. The organization will always be a part of me, one that I will forever associate myself with. And I will talk about San Francisco as we and us for the rest of my life, and will support the 49ers and the faithful in every way possible. You know, I'm sorry, y'all. This man is just everything. You know, I was telling Brian before we were off air that I grew up in a rough time being an Iron fan. Like, as a kid, you know, we're winning championships and everything. And then, you know, the dark times hit. And, you know, Frank was a light in those dark times. It just gave us a chance to cheer. You know, gave me a distraction from being in the group home and how shitty my life was. And, you know, just the dedication, just he always gave everything that he had to this organization. And yeah, that's just yeah. Okay. Also, okay, so real quick, just this last little bit of this article. Established in 2009 and dedicated to Edward J. DeBartolo Sr., the patriarch of one of the most storied franchises in all professional sports, the 49ers Hall of Fame was created to recognize players, coaches, and executives who have made exceptional contributions to the organization. As a prerequisite for introduction. All 49er Hall of Fame candidates must have displayed one or more of the following qualifications: outstanding production and performance on the field, key contributions to the team's success, and or more of embodiment of the spirit and essence of the San Francisco 49ers. That's dope. I want to pull real quick from the Niners Facebook what Frank Gore had a special message to the Niners, and warning, I will cry when this gets played. So y'all have to excuse me real quick. Okay, so first we'll play this.
Best bet. The league gonna try to have fun today. Tries to sweep over right side, breaks the tackle, breaks it. He might go into the middle of the right Gore, the new generation of great running backs in San Francisco. That's the left sideline. Throws, he's got a man. And an outside. Touchdown, 49ers. And we're gonna win the game. What?
Sorry, y'all, I didn't share that. My bad.
We do that, we win the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, let's ride, baby. Let's ride. So whatever it takes to get this W, baby. We gotta let them know we a big brother of this country. Every game gonna get harder and harder. There ain't no sleeping no more. They know we're coming to play. So we gotta go out here and play hard.
Gore right side, big hole, 30, far side, 20, 15, 10, 5, Gore's in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
49ers, New Year. Everybody better watch out.
Wide open, Frank Gore. Touchdown, Niners.
Let y'all get on them, all right? It's gonna be patient. Be patient.
Gore, 10-5, touchdown, 49ers. All the way down the sideline to the 30. He's to the 20, the 10, the 5.
Gore breaks it up the middle. Frank Gore with a first down.
10-5, dives, touchdown, Niners.
Looking back in the end zone, touchdown, Niners. And that's a terrific play.
Journey start now. Niners, baby, all day. Shout out to all my family back home. I love y'all. All my kids. Daddy's happy right now. And 49ers back, baby.
We go as one and we come back as one.
I want to say thank you to the faithful. Y'all been with me since I got drafted. Other teams. I want to say thank you to the faithful. Y'all been with me since I got drafted. The whole 10 years, my whole career, 16 years, even when I went to other teams. You know, I see my social media, y'all talk, y'all root for me. Appreciate y'all, and I love y'all. Thank y'all for everything. I want to say thank you to the faithful. I want to say thanks to everybody here.
I'm back home.
I want to say thanks to everybody here. I want to say thanks to you and your family for taking the chance, man. I'm a young kid who a lot of people in the draft took off the board. Y'all still gave me the shot to reach my dream. But my goal was to make sure to the people who doubted me and doubted y'all. That's why I played the way I played. You know, coming from where I come from, it's hard to get out of there. To get to a special NFL, man, child was something I always wanted to do since I was a kid. And, you know, y'all gave me the opportunity. You know, you still been in my life, man. After I left, you and your family still check on me. And I appreciate that. Thanks.
Oh, man. Woo. I'm sorry about that, y'all. It's just I'm sorry. I can't not watch that and not get choked up. He was just like, he was one of the first Niners I remember us drafting, him and Patrick Willis. Like, just, I remember their whole careers. I remember just us drafting them. And, like, they stayed loyal through the dark times. They never left. And yeah, Frankie G went on to play for other teams, but he didn't want to go. And just, oh man. Okay. Deebo back at OTAs. Yeah, so Deebo back at OTAs. That to me, just, I mean, yeah, you could talk about how the Niners have all the leverage and he doesn't want to get fined and everything like that, but to me, Deebo is going to play for the Niners this season. Because if he was about to really sit out the season, he would have not shown up to this. Now, I understand he wasn't working out, and Jason and I will, and we'll speculate about that later. But no, it's a good thing that Deebo's here. Deebo will pay for the Niners, and honestly, I think a deal gets done, and Deebo's not a Niner for his whole career, but Deebo will be here for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I think that I'm just gonna go ahead and end the show here. Hey, don't worry. I'll just end now. But awesome. But before we get out of here, we of course, man, that really did get me choked up. We of course got to remind everybody to listen to the end of the. Oh wow, wrong one. Shop, help out Niner Faithful Radio by using our shop49ers.com affiliate link and save 10%. All you have to do is to click on the link in the description of the podcast or video. Go to cgiant.com, use the promo code Niner Faithful Radio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Go to NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe to see everywhere you can subscribe to the show, and follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr, and at Niner Faithful R on Twitter. And thank you for tuning in to the end of the show. As promised, this week's discount code for 10% off of all For the Faithful by the Faithful apparel is Season 2. 10% excludes any on-sale items and cannot be used with any coupon. Any other coupon code expires midnight, August 30th, 2022. Thank y'all for tuning in. I shall see y'all next week. Till then, faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners.
You are now listening to Niner Faithful Radio, the show for the faithful, by the faithful.
See ya.